driver pushing them. You think about it, all four of these drivers, the three Joe Gibbs drivers and Mark Martin, all of them are in that Sprint Unlimited race.
And we've heard so many times people talking about in the draft the slingshot move. Does that come back into play in a situation like this with the new body style?
It did last year. I mean, you think about how many times we saw from the fourth turn down here at the start-finish line, there were passes made. Definitely a factor in who's going to win the race. Got to be in the right place at the right time, just like always. But you see these guys, they'll just keep closing that gap. And here's the other thing. We heard some of them say that I can't get to the back bumper.
Right.
That's another thing they're looking at right here. I can't suck up. This is as close as I can get. So they're getting a lot of good information right now.
Mark Martin, after being out in front of this group, drops to the back now. We'll see if they pick up the additional car that's coming down onto the front straightaway right now. It's the 15 of Clint Boyer wanting to join into this group.
Another Toyota, so this would be 5 Toyotas in this group.
Now, Mark Martin has almost lost this pack. He dropped back so far, it looks like he has lost it.
Well, that's what happens to you. I mean, that could happen very easily in the race. You just let somebody go by, get up out of line, they stay hooked up, and it's adios to the guys in front of you.
Which I possibly like. This could do away with that riding at the back when we get to the closing laps of the race.
That right there is really.
There's some contact. Two cars nose to tail. Kyle Busch trying to push Matt Kenseth around the racetrack now.
Watch Matt's hands. You can see his hands in there. He's holding a pretty wheel right now. He's not fighting with it, so the car's stable.
Still off clear. Pulled away by 3.
Those two separated by, as you heard, 3 car lengths.
Up to 195.7.
Yeah, that was Matt Kenseth's spotter that we heard right there.
18.
That's him again.
Another 2 to the 11.
It appears to me like there's
one back. Half back.
And one pulling off.
Outside by itself.
Looks as though the 15 is going to drop out of the mix. The 55 stays out on the racetrack.
Outside, cuts right on you. He just moved to the middle. One outside. Tucking back on you again. One outside. He has the 11 with him. One outside, run in the middle. 11's in line with you. One outside, 1.5 to the 11. He just moved to the top of the 18. 18 still in the middle. Still there. Tuck down on your quarter. Door. Still outside. All clear.
That's as close to air traffic control as you'll ever hear right there.
Exactly. That's exactly what it sounds like.
You lost the 11.
We're surely not seeing the 2-car push like we have seen down here. Even last year, we saw a lot more 2-car. These guys seem to be very cautious. But remember, they don't have a lot of these race cars to be playing around with.
That time by speeds down in the 191, 192 range.
Yeah, a lot of movement, moving around, passing, slows you down.
Still side by side, we're seeing the teammates run with Denny opting to go behind each car.
But Darrell, I think the way that rear bumper is so far down, you've got about 20% less grill opening than you had last year. I think those two things alone is really, especially on a hot day like today, is going to keep it where you can't stay back there very long.
I'm just wondering if it's like what we heard him say, that I just can't get to his rear bumper. And if you notice, Mark Martin, who was way back away from this crowd, he lost the draft. Now that they've been up there messing around, passing each other, Mark, the last car in line there, has caught back up.
And right now, these guys, they've somewhat leveled off in the low to mid 195 range. Of course, they're doing a little moving around now, too.
We saw the 18 of Kyle Busch get up and side draft off of the 20. Was able to get right up to that left rear quarter panel, side draft, and got a run, pulled away, and now it looks as though the 11 of Denny Hamlin, with the help of the 20 of Matt Kenseth, is going to make the move by the 18.
Just watching these guys, I mean, first of all, I think they're being very cautious, and rightfully so. Second of all, I just keep wondering if that's as close as you can get right there. I think there is some concern about that with that little spoiler and the air that's coming over the car now. Could be slowing that second car down enough that he just can't get up there.
One of the biggest reasons that they're doing this right now is because Denny Hamlin is not going to be here for the next 2 days of testing. So he wanted to get out there, run in a little bit of a pack. This isn't as big as they wanted to run. They wanted to run in 7 or more cars. But you've got to go with what you can. And right now, the biggest pack they've had has been 4 cars.
Yeah, when you get the more cars you get, the more chaotic it gets. People start moving around. You second guessing what the guy in front of you and behind you is going to do. So this a bunch of Toyotas right here just trying to. I think they're just getting data. I think it's more or less what they're doing right now.
But I think this is a good way to end the day. You know, last run, we're thinking about doing this a little more tomorrow. This gives them something to look at and to work on and to think about.
Oh, yeah, the drivers will be able to come in and say, my car felt this way, that way. I need to be a little bit better here, a little bit better there, and then download all the data that they're getting, and that'll give them something to shoot at tomorrow.
And I'd be willing to bet Mark Martin will probably be a little bit of a part of this driver meeting that's after this practice session over there with those 3 guys.
Toyota has done a great job of sharing information, trying to make their brand even stronger. Well, final seconds of this first day of testing wind down. Guys, thoughts?
I love the looks of the race car. I think the speed's only going to get faster.
Yeah, I think we got a lot to look forward to. This is a great first day of testing. Tomorrow should be better. And Saturday, flat out, let her ride, let her rip.
A lot of information gained today. Denny Hamlin, Matt Kenseth, Kyle Busch, Mark Martin working together.